NASCAR Xfinity Series roars into the desert today for running the LS Tractor 200 here on NASCAR 85. This track is also going to be the new side of the championship four race at the end of the year, so a good chance is that if your car runs good here, in the spring, come November, you're going to be on fire. Last week in California, the race that wasn't uploaded, unfortunately, Austin Cindric ended up winning the event after I had to pit late from fuel. I ended up finishing second somehow by an insane act of God. So, yeah, let's go racing. Welcome to Phoenix Raceway. Here are the race stories. Austin Hill ended up failing optical scanning station today. And Chase Briscoe had a motor issue after qualifying. We'll be starting next to the 7 of Justin Allgaier. Pace car is off. We're green here at Phoenix. Five bonus points for Dylan Murway. He has already gapped himself in the 9 of Noah Gregson, heading down into turn 1. This track has been radically changed over the past decade. It used to be that what was the front stretch would now be considered the back stretch, and the dog leg has been where 90% of this change is gone. Previously, this was a very flat and almost sort of off-camber-esque part of the track, whereas coming out of turn 2, there used to be an opening where the dog leg was at, and if you hit it, you were going to hit it very hard. That was closed up, and it used to be where many people cut it nowadays, like I'm doing right now. That used to be grass. If you hit the curb, kind of going with the pun, your ass is grass if you try to hit the curb and cut it short. When this place was repaved and reconfigured back in 2011, it allowed for multiple lanes, especially on the backstretch, giving some borderline Pocono-esque restarts. Before everybody is to funnel down to here in what was turn 3. And then after the spring 2018 race, this track was flip-flopped. The stands here were cleared out for RVs and more camping. What was turn 2, turns 1 and 2, is now 3 and 4. And what was 3 and 4 is now turns 1 and 2. Halfway through stage number 1 here at Phoenix. Dylan Murway, Brandon Jones, Justin Allgaier, Noah Gregson, and Justin Ailey are the top 5. 4 to go in stage 1. Already catching a little bit of lap traffic here. See how many cars we can lap by the end of stage 1. One of the nice I guess, sort of unique things here about the new Phoenix is typically when you come off of turn two, it was narrow and flat. But when it was reconfigured in 2011, it opened up multiple passing lanes. Or, to use a term a lot of JDM racers like to say, if you're trying to get away from somebody, you can take the second place guy to Gapplebee's. Sort of like what we're doing here with the 19 of Brandon Jones. Put the 6 car of David Starr one lap down. The 47 of Joe Nemechek driving a Trump paint scheme. Hit by Matt Mills. White flag waves. Oh, we got a car smoking up ahead. Big smoke, big jam, big jam. And it is Harrison Burton that was blown up. And we just lapped about 10 cars in one turn. As we hit out of turn 4, Dylan Murway will win stage 1. With Brandon Jones, Justin Allgaier, Justin Haley, Austin Cindric, the top 5. Tommy Joe Martins with a nice run. It was, how about Riley Herbst taking the last spot, or sorry, getting booted out of the last spot of the line. And set for the start of stage 2. Brandon Jones, Dylan Murway lead him down. Green flag. And he's pulling way to the inside. Not a smart idea, but he's keep the lead. And Harrison Burton was the car that peeled off due to engine troubles. He's done for the day. And we're pulling away from, whoa, we got tire problems. Brandon Jones, sort of. And Dylan Murway was able to keep the lead after peeling straight to the inside on that restart. And I guess taking the apron to shortcut the short track, as some guys like to say, it works because you can gap the guy behind you by maybe a few tenths of a second, but at the same time, it's kind of not worth it because you'll get a lot of crap on your tires. As you can see right here, as we're having a tough time trying to let the car roll through the corner compared to what we were doing in stage 1, just flying through all those cars without any sort of issue. As Justin Haley is taking 5th, Noah Gregson is going backwards, almost. He's falling out of the top 5. The high side, keep the car in the line. We're borderline spinning this thing. We're halfway through stage 2. I would have been a wise looking hit on the end of that stage break. But whatever, I guess. Coming out of turn 4. Oh, wow, we're wicked loose. Emphasis on loose, so we're probably going to have to pit here at the end of the stage if we can make it. Yeah, we're not going to make it. Our right front is toast. 4 laps to go in stage 2. Dylan Roy is going to peel on pit road. Oh, he's got a lot of problems. He can barely keep the thing straight. He was going to try to come on a pit road. He's going to give the lead up to Brandon Jones late here in stage 2. Remember, as long as you pit before 2 to go, you're fine. You pit afterwards, you will be sent to the tail end of the longest line at the end of the stage break. I'll say this, the 75 team needed it. Down towards pit lane. Have a good stop. We're probably going to be a lap down by the time this is done. Yep. Saw Ross Chastain into 10. Passing by us, so we're probably going to be a lap down. Yep. Three laps to go in stage 2. When it gets lined, it'll be 2 to go as pit road will close. As Brandon Jones is taking the 2 laps to go flag, we're currently at 20th. See, we're probably not going to get to him as Brandon Jones comes out of 3 and 4, and he will win stage 2. As everybody slows up, and we get into Chase Briscoe. So Justin Allgaier, Austin Cindric, Justin Haley, Riley Herbst, Chase Briscoe, Tommy Joe Martins, Noah Gregson, Daniel Hemrick, and the 4 of Jesse Little. The top 10. We get the free pass. On this restart, we're going to restart next to the 78 of Ryan C. And here's the final stage. Green flag. Now in turn 4, we're already catching up past the end of the lap traffic. So we're up to the 18th position. Whoa, Timmy Hill. Came up on us a little bit. Cut under him. Contact with Clements. As it's the Brandon Jones and Austin Cindric show up front. Allgaier's fighting for third with the 22. We're trying to back out of this almost 3-wide situation with Tommy Joe Martins, Jesse Little. A little bit of contact with the 4. Everybody gets out of it. To go here at Phoenix. There's could be one more pit stop at the very least in this final stage in order for everybody to make it to the finish, provided we don't get a caution flag. seventh. We're going to get by the 8 car Daniel Hemrick for 8th. Dylan Roy trying to set up his spot. He's going to go way down low on Justin Haley. That didn't work. Haley gets a little loose. 3 wide. Briscoe on the high side. Haley is leaving the lane somehow. They're 3 wide off 4. And that's a good way to get 2 of them. And just like that, Dylan Rowe is back in the top 5. And provided they get a caution, there's going to be at least one more pit stop by the time this race is over. If we don't get a caution flag. Trying to get by the 18 Riley Herbst, who's having a strong day. I'm impressed he hasn't wrecked that thing yet, like he's wrecked every other Storehouse car he's driven in his tenure. I guess he's the NASCAR Xfinity Series Buckshot Jones. So, well, okay, that was not what I intended. We'll get away from him. There's Justin Haley, the Vegas winner there in 6th. Brandon Jones is taking control of his final stage, followed by Allgaier, Austin Cindric, Chase Briscoe, and Dylan Murway, the top 5. $18 to go. Brandon Jones is catching up to lap traffic, so that could make things interesting for him. 19. Let's go to the inside for position. $17 to go. For anybody who is curious for trivia that's not NASCAR related, well, this bit is, but at the same time kind of isn't. This was the last race weekend before the coronavirus hit, and everything was flipped upside down, worse than the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So, yeah. There's your little fact of the week for you. As Dylan Roy is abusing his right front tire, or his right sides for that matter, to make his way up to 2nd. Brandon Jones is already tearing into some lap traffic. That could slow him up. But also, if Dylan doesn't time it right or doesn't pay attention, the lap traffic can slow him up as well. So we got a little over 2.5 seconds between myself and Brandon Jones. We get by the Donald Trump car. Take care of him, no problem. $14 to go. Whoa, that was almost big. There's probably going to be at least a late pit stop in the next 6 or 7 laps, if I had to guess. I really wasn't that good at math in school, so we'll just pit when the red fuel thing comes on, or until I have a tire problem. Here comes Dylan. He's closed in on the 19 a little bit. Or quite a bit, actually. He's about a second off of him. Brandon Jones got rid of Austin Hill, put him a lap down. It looks like he's going to get by Anthony Alfredo without any issue. probably the 89 of Morgan Shepherd as well. And just like that, we've closed in from having to pit late due to issues, the fact that my tire was almost gone, and we're closing into the bumper of the 19. And he's got it. New leader at Phoenix. Oh, that was almost bad. This is bad. Whoa, what did it say? Hey, Brandon Jones. See what Brandon Jones does here in traffic. Malicki moves out of the way. $10 to go. So at some point in the next 6 or so laps, we're going to have to pit. Got a car on pit road, it looks like. Who that is might be. It's one of the JD Motorsports cars of Colby Howard. He's on pit road. Nine laps to go here at Phoenix. We're trying not to wreck this car. We're going to have to pit. Oh, just like last stage. Make it down the pit road. We'll go ahead and do a splash. Fuel, 4 tires. Can of fuel, see if they'll make it to the finish unless we get a caution. Because there was no way with the way that tire was going. And the fact that it was trying to go out the next lap or two, there was no way we were going to make it without me being the caution. And Dylan is pulling pit road. Yeah, I can barely see the Loves logo, so that'll be white next week. And we're coming out of pit road. And we are back in the same position we were last stage. Lap down. So we're going to probably see some guys pit here in the next lap or two. Even though everybody pit at the end of our last stage, we tried staying out, see how long it would last, and I don't think it worked. So our best bet to save us would probably be a caution. Well, it will be a caution. Oh, Jesus, I'm being Alfredo. Landed right in front of us. Six, 5 to go now. Jesus. 5 to go now. 4 to go, I believe, for Brandon Jones in the 19. So we're going to need a caution like now, and we're going to get it. Harmon goes around. Here in turn 3 and 4. Do we stay green? And probably not going to matter because we're going to unlap Brandon Jones ourselves, as he's going to land right behind Timmy Hill. Mike Harmon was able to get going. From that yellow. So we head out of turn 2 and then backstretch, trying to make up as much time as we can. Really surprised nobody else has come down as Justin Allgaier has taken the lead. Here with free to go. A couple cars are on pit road. Looks like someone couldn't make it. Chastain's on down there. Now Chase Briscoe is taking the lead. Could he be the one that makes it to the end on fuel? Could make for an interesting few laps. Chase Briscoe may have just saved himself in a race and probably stole himself a win here at Phoenix. He's making his way through 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, we've begun the white flag, and Chase Briscoe through 3 and 4 will steal a victory today at Phoenix. And it looks like Allgaier has ran out of fuel. Now Jesse Little is slowed up, and Jesse Little holds on to take second. Chase Briscoe plays the fuel game nicely when several top-running cars had to pit late to steal a win here at Phoenix. And only 6 cars ended up on the lead lap. So, unofficial results, Chase Briscoe wins today at Phoenix, Jesse Little second, Dylan Murray third, Michael Lynette fourth, Brandon Jones fifth, Justin Allgaier sixth, Ray Black Jr., Austin Cindric, Riley Herbst, Justin Haley ran out the top 10. Noah Brakeson struggled near the later stages of this race, ends up 12th. And look at the list of cars that are a lap down. Daniel Hemrick, Tommy Joe Martins, Ross Chastain, Timmy Hill, Jeremy Clements, Anthony Alfredo's a couple laps down, Austin Hill, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Matt Mills, Chad Fincham, Landon Castle, Josh Bilicki, the Trump car was a few laps down, Joe Graff, David Starr. And it's quite the list. Colby Howard and Harrison Burton were the only cars that retired from this race. Harrison Burton had an engine issue, and Colby Howard had some other mechanical issue that they didn't tell us about. So Chase Briscoe steals one in Phoenix. And that's the end of the Xfinity West Coast swing. So we review the next few races. So drivers of the race, Dylan had the fastest lap. Brandon Jones led the most laps. Chase Briscoe started shotgun on the field and ended up winning. And Harrison Burton started middle of the field and ended up last. So next week for the Xfinity Series, we'll be heading up to Atlanta at 1 o'clock Eastern, 11 o'clock Mountain. And that's followed by a Truck Series race immediately following. Want more racing from Phoenix? Tune in tomorrow at 1 o'clock Mountain, 3 o'clock Eastern for the running of the Fan Shield 500 from Phoenix.